finest of the greats may blow your mind. Players who found a way to shine when the game's outcome was on the line. The game has had many eras. Its past is vast, like the Sahara. Come make your own list, I dare you. I'm impartial, wanna be fairer. Good pitching is what gets stuff done. Kovacs, Gibson, Marichal, Cy Young. Then Walter and Randy Johnson. These are guys who could beat everyone. But I gotta be straight with Yins. I'll take GK, who threw close to chins. Mowing down batters like duck pins and piling up his number of wins. The catcher is one you can't miss. He calls all the signals for the pitch. Josh Gibson is high on the list, with Yogi, Bench, and Carlton Fisk. But I have to pick Keith Calvin, who could throw the ball like a harpoon. To injuries, he was immune. He made Loudmouths sing a different tune. If I take a good look at first, there's Lou Gehrig, the Yankee Iron Horse. Jimmy Fox, Big Pappy, Big Hurt. And then there's Willie Stargell, of course. I searched, and this is what I found. I would have to say that, pound for pound, the best to ever play, hands down, was Big C and his famous Brown Mound. Second basemen have had pizzazz, Hornsby, Joe Morgan, and Billy Mass. He had none of the skills they had, but I don't care, because I'm picking Chaz. It's true he did run hot and cold. Striking pay dirt isn't always gold. But every great team, I've been told, has to have a guy who's way too old. The greatest of all time. Like the Sahara. At the hot corner was Mike Schmidt, Pie Trainer, Brooks Robinson, George Brett. Denny is the obvious pick. He didn't know the meaning of quit. Denny was ready for combat. When others would retreat, he'd attack. One thing pitchers hated in that was Denny standing, holding the bat. At short, the Dutchman had no flaws. Remember Ripken, Jeter, and Oz? I picked Keith because he played hard. He didn't need applause. In the field, he was the linchpin. Didn't let One triple play began. Saw Denny look at Chaz and said, "Whatever you do, don't throw to him." Many left fielders in the show, guys like Stan Musial and Shoeless Joe. Ted Williams, Bonds if he could throw. Maybe not him because, well, you know. I'm gonna go with Coos instead. He could pitch, which puts him way ahead. Although he just got out of bed. He'd still tell you what Harry just said. Looking at center as a whole, there's the Mick and Joe DiMaggio. Jake had only one lifetime goal: to control what he couldn't control. He had wisdom beyond his age. He'd show you how in the batting cage. His achievements would fill a page. On and off the field, he sometimes raged. The greatest of all time. On and off the field. Center fielders come, some have stayed. Speaker Griffey Jr., Willie Mays. Jay-Z made a number of plays, though recovery usually took him days. He would do whatever was asked. He could field, hit, and run very fast. Not always first, but never last. More than one time, got knocked on his ass. And right was Aaron and Babe Ruth and Clemente, who was very smooth, but sticking out like a sore tooth. I'd say Larkin, to tell you the truth. For the Giants, Lark did the job. He was more like a lefty tie cob. Many a hitter he would rob. Batting with men on, he was no slob. A super sub has a real flair. The other teams had to be aware. Josh Harrison played anywhere. He didn't mind, and he didn't care. A sub sure ain't no trash talker. Many gloves are jammed in his locker. Koenig is the pick, no shocker. He would kick balls like playing soccer. Managers will give useful tips. Murtaugh, Tanner, and Leo the Lip. Some players need to get a grip. Other guys need their asses ripped. Adolf did some good in his way. He wasn't as good as Harry J., whose advice was a little gray. Guys would always ask, "What did he say?" The greatest of all time. These men are the greatest of all time. No one can say they were past their prime. Each of them are one of a kind. You can write that down or make a sign. These players will live forever, remembered for their grand endeavor. Will they be replaced? No, never. They were great. You know, whatever.